Alright guys, here we have a tale of two hot rods and a tale of two Rodimuses. I figured I'd review G1 Rodimus Prime, G1 Hot Rod, Classics, or Reveal the Shield Hot Rod, and Energon Rodimus all together. Because they're all roughly the same size class, and I think they look good together. And just for fun here, I'm going to let Masterpiece Rodimus here kind of horn in on the photo here, or the shot rather. He's a bit large, obviously, compared to these other guys, but there he is. I just wanted to get him in there for a comparison. Let's go ahead and get him out of the way. We'll focus in here on all these deluxe class figures. I'll go ahead and start off with G1 Rodimus Prime, and I have to say, in vehicle mode, this guy looks flippin' great. Really dig the Space Winnebago. I mean, this is really just a great sculpt in vehicle mode. Looks absolutely great. Really faithful to the animation model. Great G1 figure in vehicle mode, no doubt about it. I really dig this a lot. This trailer really doesn't do much in vehicle mode. I mean, you can detach it and it'll fold open and all that, but with it all joined, it really doesn't do much anything like Optimus's could. But I'll tell you what, it's just looks really nice. No complaints about his vehicle mode. Anyway, moving on. We've got G1 Hot Rod, and he looks great too in vehicle mode. Really digging him. You know, really nice vehicle mode. I know I'm gushing all over these things, but these are just, to me, I could tell that when they originally designed these, way back when, they put a lot of care into the way these look, and it really shows. And he's got a neat little trick up his sleeve. He can, of course, fit either one of his guns, because he's got two guns. Hot Rod does, and they'll both fit in his little engine block there, which is kind of nice, because he can drive along and shoot people. We've all wanted to do that on the road many times. I know I do just about every time I go out there and drive. I'm sure you do too. Anyway, moving on to Classics or Reveal the Shield Hot Rod here. Or Rodimus. I'll have to research the exact name of this thing before I put this video up. But, man, I'll tell you what, this looks absolutely great too. Great looking, updated version of the G1 toy. In vehicle mode, absolutely awesome. And his gun does integrate with him as well in this mode, but it just kind of pops down here, and now he's got a flame coming out the back like the Batmobile or something. It looks a little bit silly, but you can just put that there, and it looks like he's got like a jet engine back there. It's really cool. Rolls exceptionally well. Really nice toy. Moving on. Energon Rodimus. Now this he's a bit different. He's an Energon combiner toy. So in robot mode he's not as good, but I'll tell you what, this is really an interesting looking Rodimus Prime kind of looking figure in vehicle mode. Looks really good. You can mount his weapon to him. He's got a mini-con mounting point there, and his gun will... Oh, come on now. Just bear with me here, guys. Let me pick him up. It's hard to get the right force sometimes when you're sitting at certain angles. And as you can see, let me just get his fin reassembled there. His gun mounts on him just fine. And honestly, I think all four of these guys look really good in their vehicle modes. I don't have a single complaint really about any of them in these modes. I'm going to go ahead and pause here, get these guys transformed into their robot modes, and we'll talk about them. Okay, guys, here are all my various Rodimi in their respective robot modes. I'll just go left to right down the line and talk about each one of them individually. And just for fun, just for this establishing shot, I'm going to go ahead and include Masterpiece Rodimus there in the background. And as you can see, he absolutely towers over these guys. He's not standing so well on his own. Let's see if I can get him to stand a little bit better. this masterpiece has some issues, and I'm actually going to be talking about that in my next review, which is going to be of that figure. But just for fun, I thought I'd include him there in the group shot. So let's go ahead and get him out of the way. All right. We're going to go ahead and we are going to start off with our good buddy here, G1 Hot Rod Robot Mode. And I have to say, he looks really good in robot mode as well, just like he did in vehicle mode. A really nice looking figure here. Great sculpt. I really like the way his head sculpt looks there, guys. Really nice. Just really captures the character, I think, well in G1 form. He, of course, is G1 brickerific. He has basically almost no articulation. He does have a few points. His wrists do rotate some, but they're restricted by his pipes there. He does bend at the elbow, rotates at the elbow, and his shoulders can move back and forth, and that is pretty much it on his articulation. He is not well articulated, but that's okay. He looks real good, and he is a nice G1 brick. I really dig him. Really nice. One downside to him, though, are these darn stickers. They can wear off pretty easy. But, you know, them's the breaks. Overall, real nice toy. Moving on. G1 Rodimus Prime. Now, one thing I really like about G1 Rodimus here is he looks pretty different from the G1 Hot Rod toy. He does have worse articulation. He only has basically 2 points of articulation. He has no wrist rotation, but he does move up and down at the shoulders, and that is pretty much it. But that being said, he does look real nice. I do like the way it's not cartoon accurate at all, but it looks really cool. I think I really like the way the mold looks. It's real nice. Now, one thing I do like about this figure is you actually have an option for where to display his rear fin in robot mode. You can do it up high, or if you so choose, you can do it lower and give him kind of more of a hot rod look. It really just depends on what you prefer. Personally, I like to have it in the higher position. I just think that looks neater, makes him look a little more imposing, I guess. One other thing you can do is his trailer is converts into this nice little battle platform. Just opens up. It's got this turret mounted here. It's got 2 points of articulation. It folds here, folds up, and it can also pivot upwards or downwards. And on top of that, it extends. So, if you want, you can have Rodimus here. Give him some pretty, angle the camera up there. You can give him some pretty major firepower there. That's pretty cool. I like that. That's a real nice touch there. Now we'll go ahead and get to classics, Hot Rod Rodimus, whatever, you know, Rodimus Major, whatever the heck they decide to call this guy. Like I said, I'm going to have to research that before I actually post this video. He's got a good amount of articulation, just like you'd expect out of a classic / universe toy. He doesn't really have anything going on the foot, but he does bend and rotate at the knee. Top of the leg, forward, back, in, out. Doesn't rotate at the top of the leg. He has some torso movement, but not a lot. That's restricted due to his back piece there. He, of course, can rotate there at the shoulder, in and out the shoulder. Bends at the elbow. His fists can move in. He's got the nice little cutter thing from the movie built into his arm there. And his head can rotate. Now, I'll just go ahead and show you a close-up here of his face because that looks real nice. That's a great mold. I really dig the way he looks. Really cool. He's also, you can get armor for this guy and give him more of a Rodimus Prime look, because there's a couple of third-party sets out there for this guy to really give you a lot of options as far as customizing the appearance of him. And this is a great base, in my opinion, to build on for those sets. Really nice toy. Definitely worth tracking down and getting them if you can get them for a good price. And lastly, moving on to Energon Rodimus. And for an Energon toy, not bad, you know. Of course, his weapon can fire. So can Classic / Universe Hot Rod. Forgot to include that. This guy doesn't have anything going on in the foot. Does bend at the knee. Doesn't rotate at the knee, but the top of the leg, forward, back, in, out. And he doesn't rotate at the top of the leg. He does rotate at the shoulders. He's got ball jointed elbows. Doesn't have any wrist rotation. But the top of his head, no, the top of his head doesn't move too much. But overall, not a bad looking toy. Nice addition, you know, to the collection. That's pretty much going to wrap up this whole thing about these 4 Hot Rod toys. Or Rodimus toys, whatever. I think they're all worth having in your collection, especially if you can find them for a good price. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching, and I will see you next time.